Hello everyone, I Jhalak Patel, Assistant Professor at LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology in the Department of Electronics and Communication. Welcomes you to the session of Power Electronics. Today I am going to discuss about Unit 2, that is Control Rectifier, with topic Full Converter Operation and Basics of 3-phase. So let's start the session. First of all, as we discussed in the last session about the two-quadrant operation, that the full converter will operate in two quadrants with three possibility: operation when firing angle less than 90, operation when firing angle equal to 90 degree, and operation when firing angle greater than 90 degree. In the last session, we have discussed about this figure that full converter will operate in both the quadrant when firing angle is less than 90 degree, means it will operate in a positive half cycle more than this negative half cycle. Means you can see that this positive half cycle period is more compared to this negative period. Because of that, here positive half cycle denotes the energy from source to load, and the negative half cycle denotes energy from load to source. So because of this full converters operation, in more about the positive half cycle, here source to load flow is more compared to load to source flow, and because of this type of operation, rectification will taken place, and because of this rectification, here you can see that energy returned back is less compared to energy stored by load. Next operation is when firing angle is equal to 90 degree. Now see this figure. Here you can see that the positive half cycle period and the negative half cycle period is almost equal. Then if you want to calculate the total power, then you can see from the equation for power is equal to V into I, means power flow depends on the voltage waveform. So here you see that from the load voltage versus the firing angle graph as a respect of omega t, you can see that the positive half cycle and negative half cycle amplitude is almost equal, and because of that the net voltage which is flowing through this is almost equal to 0, means net voltage is 0 in this case. Operation of firing angle equal to 90 degree. Now if net voltage is 0, then we can say that there is no amount of power flow, or net power flow is equal to 0. That means energy stored from source to load is equal to energy stored from load to source. So in this case we can say this statement: source to load power is almost equal to load to source power, means total net power flow sigma of P is almost equal to 0. Practically there should be some power flow from the source to load or either load to source, but ideally it should be 0 when firing angle or maybe delay angle is equal to 90 degree. Now let's see third case. Third case, when operation for firing angle greater than 90 degree. So when firing angle greater than 90 degree, we can see this figure, load voltage versus omega t graph. So we can see that for this case the negative half period is more compared to this positive half, means you can see that from 0 to alpha the negative half cycle is more as compared to alpha to pi. Same way you can see that from pi to pi plus alpha it is more compared to pi plus alpha to 2 pi. So in each cycle the negative half cycle period is more compared to the positive half cycle period. So because of that we can say that the inverted waveform has a more time period compared to the original positive waveform or positive voltage. So because of that we can say that for firing angle greater than 90 degree the inversion will take place, and because of that energy is returned back to load. This waveform, this and this energy that is returned back to waveform is more compared to the energy stored by load. Here we can also calculate the voltage using our full converter analysis, that is VRD is equal to 2 Vm upon pi cos alpha 1. We can also see this operation using this equation. So if we put alpha is equal to 90 degree, means firing angle equal to 90 degree, then also cos 90 is equal to 0. So if cos 90 equal to 0, then we already discussed the second case in the previous slide, that if cos 90 equal to 0 means voltage drop is equal to 0, and if voltage drop is equal to 0, then power flow will be 0. But in this case, for any value greater than 90 degree if we put, then this VLDC will go into negative. Like if we put 270 degree or maybe 110 degree or 120 degree of cos over here, cos over here 120 degree 110, then also this VLDC will go more and more negative, and because of that we can say that some inversion will occur for this and returns energy in the negative cycle. And for that we can say that because of more part of negative cycle, we can say that power flow from load to source is more compared to power flow from source to load. So this is our full converter's operation. Now let's see the pros and cons of the full converter. So let's first consider the advantages. First of all, it can operate in a rectification as well as inversion mode, that we see in the previous slide. In a rectification, we can say that the full converter will operate in a rectification mode when the firing angle is less than 90 degree, and it will operate in an inversion mode when firing angle becomes greater than 90 degree. So we can say that it can operate in either rectification term or in an inversion mode. Reutilization of energy is possible, means for full converter we see that it will flow the energy from source to load as well as from load to source, and because of that reutilization of energy is possible in case of full converter. Also regeneration is possible with that. There are also some limitations of full converter, that are more harmonics are generated. We see in the analysis of full converter that the harmonic factor HF is equal to the fundamental components difference and divided by the original fundamental component. That means the harmonics divided by the fundamental component value is considered in case of harmonic factor, and in case of full converter that harmonic factor value HF is more compared to the HWCR, as well as from the semi converter it has a more value of HF. So it is a limitation of this full converter that more harmonics are there. Then low active power and high reactive power. We already discussed about the active power and reactive power in the analysis of full converter, that active power should be as high as possible because it is one type of useful power, but in case of full converter it has a lower value, that is not desirable. While reactive power is one case of useless power, it should be as minimum as possible, but in case of full converter it has some higher value than the semi converter case. So this is the limitation of full converter. Also the power factor value is also very small, but actually power factor is a resistive part upon reactive part, so it should be as high as possible, but in case of full converter it will be small. But through these disadvantages are there, but because of the reutilization of energy we can prefer the full converter over the semi converter as well as over half wave converter. So this is the mainly single phase converters or single phase control rectifier. Now let's move towards the three phase rectifiers. before discussing about the three-phase rectifiers, let's see some concepts about the three-phase. Three-phase have the three phases, namely R, Y and B, and fourth one is a neutral. With respect to neutral, we will measure the three-phase like V, R, N, means voltage between R and N terminal. Voltage between Y and N terminal is denoted by V, Y, N, and the voltage between B and N terminal, it is denoted by V, B, N. So this is mainly the four terminal R, Y, B, and one is neutral. Phase voltage. Phase voltage, it is the voltage measured between a phase and neutral. That I already said that it is a voltage between phase and neutral, means VRN, VYN or VBN means one phase, and it is, if it is combined with neutral, then it is a voltage between the phase and neutral. So it is called as a phase voltage. It is denoted like this. You can also write it like capital V with subscript that particular VRN or VYN. Here YN, RN and BN should be in subscript, lower subscript. So now let's see what is line voltage. So line voltage is voltage measured between two phases. So two phases are, it may be between R and Y, or maybe between Y and B, or between B and R. So it can be written like this: VRY, VRB and VYB. So this is called as a line voltage. Here you can also write this like this. VRY can also be written like V and then subscript R and Y. Similarly, you can write down VRB and VYB, or you can simply write down right into bracket. Let's discuss some other points. Phase and line voltage waveform, ideally what should be. So here you can see that between the two waveforms there is a 120-degree phase shift between the phase voltage waveform, that is 120-degree, and between the line voltages, means between VRY and VRB or VYB maybe, there should be a phase difference of 60-degree. Means in case of line voltages, phase difference is 60-degree, and in case of phase voltage, the difference is 120-degree. You can also see this sequence of phase and line. From this it is clear that between VRN, see this VRN and VYN, so this will be like between VRN and VYN. So between two phase voltages there is a difference of 120-degree, and between two line voltages, between any two line voltages, either RY or BN, there is a 30-degree of phase shift between that particular line. Okay, so this is the ideal waveform without any control rectification of three phase. Now let's discuss about the HWCR two figures. Here the delta connection and star connection is seen. This first figure is of delta connection figure. Here you can see that for if it is connected in the delta connection, then in that case phase voltage is equal to line voltage, and the phase current IP is equal to line current divided by √3, means IP is equal to IL upon √3 in case of delta connection, while this second figure is of star connection. In the star connection you can see that three diodes are connected and the load is across it. So in the star connection, phase voltage is equal to the line voltage divided by √3, but in case of star connection, phase current and line current is almost equal. So this is the two figures of HWCR, but for this two configuration, here please note that in this case diodes are connected, and because of diode connection we see in the single phase HWCR that if diodes are connected with the rectifier, then it does not provide any control rectification, because there is no firing angle, means there is no control terminal over it. while if we connect over here the SCR instead of this diode, if we connect the SCR over here, then it will be like this. There is one gate terminal is added, and because of that this gate terminal, it provides the control operation, and this is how HWCR is called as a control rectifier in the three phase. So we will discuss about the three-phase rectification of HWCR in the next session. This is the HWCR with uncontrolled rectification process. So it is called as an uncontrolled rectifier if diodes are connected, and here load voltage is equal to phase voltage if it is connected into delta connection, and phase voltage equal to line voltage divided by √3 if it is connected in a star connection. So this is the uncontrolled half wave rectifier. Okay, so in the next session we discuss about the control operation of this rectifier. Up to this, if you have any query or doubt, you can ask me on my email ID or WhatsApp me on my number. Thank you for watching.